What's going on, guys? It is your boy Austin Brown, the host with the most, coming at you guys today with another food review. This one, I'm excited about this one. All right, so we got the long-standing Popeyes crispy chicken. Actually, I think they just call it the chicken sandwich. Yeah, Popeyes chicken sandwich coming up against the heavyweight contender in fast food for many decades, McDonald's, with their new spicy chicken sandwich, spicy crispy chicken sandwich offering. So I've been excited about this one because I've been a fan of the Popeyes chicken sandwich. It has won my heart pretty much since it came out. As soon as I get my hands on it, I was all over that bad boy. And honestly, I've had more of these than I can count. So really, obviously the newbie on the show here is this one. So I'm excited to see how it contends. They both have got pretty good price points. I think I kept the receipt for maybe I didn't. Only Popeyes gave me a receipt. Okay, McDonald's did not give me a receipt, but I do happen to know. This one, you're looking at $3.99 before tax, and this one, you're looking at $3.79 before tax. So pretty comparable price brackets, anyway. But okay, so I got this one first. I know a lot of reviewers tend to think that you can just get both of them and then compare them. And honestly, whichever food item you pick up first does have a disadvantage just because it's got to be sitting in the bag for a little while. So honestly, if we can minimize the amount of time, then that is probably ideal. I will be starting with the Popeyes chicken sandwich just because I'm familiar with it. It'll be my base, thing to compare this against. I'm really familiar with what to expect from this, what it should be bringing to the table. I'm familiar with the flavors. So something else actually to note too is that I was asked if I wanted the deluxe version of this, and I asked, what does that entail? And I was informed that the deluxe version is basically this version, but it has lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and actually that might have been it. But it had several more condiments. And although that sounded appealing, right? And I might have chosen that option if I were just ordering for myself. I'm doing a comparison here, and I do happen to know that those items are not present on the Popeyes one. So in order to keep the comparison pretty apples to apples, I decided to opt for the standard spicy version. Just keep it sort of vanilla here, just so we can get the most accurate apples to apples comparison. So without further ado, I will be starting with the Popeyes. I picked this one up first, so it has been in the bag a little bit longer. The shopping center that I'm in, the Popeyes and the McDonald's are about like 300 feet away from each other. So it was probably a difference of like 5 minutes, and who knows when they were actually made. They kind of chill on that warming shelf for a while. That has been actually a complaint that I have with the Popeyes one. So without further ado, let's get started. They both come in very similar bags. Chick-fil-A sandwiches don't. So I'm almost inclined to wonder, who's copying off who there. I really do think that probably McDonald's, the fact that their bags are like this, so similar, sort of to me implies that this is a direct contender with this. Maybe neither of them are really competing for Chick-fil-A's spot, because honestly, neither of them will take Chick-fil-A's spot. That's just kind of a known fact. But bag size, Popeyes is looking a lot bigger. So let's take this bad boy out. Oh yeah, so we're looking at this. Just to give you guys a quick view. I'll take this bad boy out of the packaging. And as you can see, I'm sure you guys have seen it before. If you guys are into this content at all. Big boy chicken sandwich, Popeyes. What can you expect? You got the nice brioche bun. It actually doesn't look smushed at all. Some people show theirs and it's all smushed. This is actually a pretty good one. Let's dig in. Wow. That was a large bite, boys and girls, if there's any females watching. Maintained the crisp on this one. That was still a crispy bite. I have had more crispy, but I've also had significantly soggier from Popeyes. So even actually, now that I'm saying that aloud, consistency might be a factor here, and something that we can't judge based on one review. But yeah, you hear that? That's crispiness. That's good. I'm gonna go in for another bite because you really have to take multiple in order to get past just the outer shell of the chicken and truly get into the pickles, the sauce and whatnot, all these that add a whole layer of dimension to the sandwich. So excuse me while I get back into this. Nice and salty. Tangy. Both these, by the way, are the spicy versions. I think you can probably see it on the packaging, but they're both spicy. I'm a man of spice. I love spice. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to be blown away. It's my baseline one. Really, the contender that we're looking for here is this one. Things to note, I guess. This did definitely, like I said, maintain the crisp. You can see this on the outside. I mean, nice and crispy still. I will say this one's very crispy. And I got this one before I got this one, so this one did have the disadvantage, and it still maintained quite good crispiness all around. The bread, very nice, decadent, soft. There's no malformations. It actually looks kind of picture perfect if you look at it. As far as pickle quantity, it looks like I only got 2 pickles on this sandwich. Pickles aren't my biggest, it's not a deal breaker though. But again, if we're talking in terms of consistency, that might be something that kind of becomes a bigger deal long term. Okay, so I'm gonna set this one down. Not much to say about it. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about the Popeyes chicken sandwich. It's had well over a year now to sort of stake its claim in the chicken sandwich field. So no real surprises there. Like I said, that was just gonna be a baseline for me. And now we start the real evaluation. The spicy chicken sandwich, the new boy on the block, coming from the heavyweight champion. All right, so straight out of here, this is what I see. I'm not gonna make any big statements yet, but that's not super promising. Okay, so presentation, it does have a nice top bun. That is looking pretty nice, but this is not visually stacking up as much. They did have good sauce application though. You can see the sauce has been applied thoroughly. I did get 2 pickles, whereas I think I only got 1 on the Popeyes. 2 pickles. Again, they've got the orange sauce. They look visually somewhat similar. This one actually has a significantly smaller piece of chicken though. It's more consistent, maybe more uniform than the Popeyes one, but it is smaller nonetheless. Also, the bun is pretty crispy right there. Almost like it was left in whatever crisping mechanism they have. Maybe a little bit too long. Not totally sure about that. Only taste will tell. Where to attack this from first? I suppose right here, this little corner piece looks like a good one. All right, let's go. Well, lots of thoughts right now. First of all, I always get stuff all over my face. I noticed that in the last video. I looked at it again. I was rocking like some gross stuff all over my mouth. When I bit down, the sauce almost squirted out. I mean, sorry, it did squirt out, but it almost dripped onto me. I was worried. I was concerned it was going to make an appearance in my lap and screw well, I'm wearing basketball shorts, so it really wouldn't have been, the end of the day, but would have been not cool. Would have lost them some points in the convenience factor. Let me take another bite of this. The sauce that they were going for is a very different flavor profile than the Popeyes. This was supposed to be, I think, more than just a copycat sauce, because that is a different sauce definitively. I'm gonna take another bite. I'll get back to you guys. So, right off the bat, if we're talking crispiness, McDonald's loses. Popeyes did not even include crispy in the name of their sandwich, yet it is crispy. That is almost like a given. If you're going to Popeyes, they have their fried chicken down. This is soggy. This is, if you guys can, oil is coming out of it when I press it. I can't, hold up. It's about to drip out. I'm just gonna, oh God. Oh God. A wiser man might have foreseen such an instance. Let me just try to damage control this sandwich real quick and just, eat the parts that are falling apart. Lots of that sauce. I can feel it on my face. It's all over my face. You know, let me damage control this part too. Don't worry, I can feel it. I know it's everywhere. Maybe I should stop using my hand to wipe my mouth like a Neanderthal. Yeah, I'm gonna set this back in the bag. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Already here, right off the bat, we have a winner. All right, it's not even I gotta be honest, guys, it's not even a close contest. I thought it'd be closer than this, given that you know, I'm sure that McDonald's spent millions in developing this food item. Not that Popeyes didn't, but I was just expecting more. I mean, their advertising alone has got to be several million. I've been seeing, you know, crispy chicken sandwich ads everywhere. So I almost feel like they should have spent more money on R&D. Like, let me get into the flavor profile. I'm getting ahead of myself. And actually, let me take another bite of this bad boy. This beautifully naturally looking, juicy, crispy bad boy. Not even a contest. Not even a contest. Oh my God. So, wow. Let me get into the differences. The pickles are about the same on both. Pickles seem to be, you know, and that's something that, unless you're really looking for discrepancies in the flavor profile of the pickles, you're not going to really tell the difference. They're both pickles. And moreover, I got basically the same amount on both. I think I got maybe 1.5 on my Popeyes and 2 on this one, so not that big of a difference. However, the construction of the McDonald's sandwich was shoddier right off the bat. It was less put together. It had too much sauce in some places, and at first I was like, oh, this sauce application looks to be really nice, and you know, generous. But speaking of the sauce, the flavor, it was really tangy. It was almost mustardy. It was very tangy. Both were about the same level of spice. Maybe Popeyes was a little bit spicier, but the sauce was lacking. It was a little bit too strong. Maybe that could have been to the, you know, the over generous application of it. I'm not sure. But the flavor of it alone, I mean, also it just wasn't 100% there. And maybe that's, you know, I gotta acknowledge some personal bias. That might have been because my go-to was the Popeyes. This could be, you know, a factor there, but it overall was just not there, the sauce for me. Like, tastes more like mayo and mustard. It's uber tangy. Do I have stuff in my teeth? Kind of. Yeah. The sauce is not really doing it for me. It's okay, but this is more of a McDonald's item. That's the way I'll put it. This is more of a McDonald's level item. If you look, I mean, first of all, I'm done with this one, so I'll just sort of start deconstructing this here. I'll eat the pickle though. Pickle hits the mark. If you look at this, man, or woman, this is just not, how are you gonna call that crispy? No part of this is crispy. This had the advantage too. This one had the advantage. I got this right before I parked. The Popeyes one was a good 7 minutes before that. Oh, disgusting sauce all over my hands. I mean, look at this, guys. How are you gonna call that crispy? That's just, there's no crisp about it, you know? That's sog. That is sog, my dog. And it's oily and crispy. Oh, like, look, actually, I'm gonna sacrifice my car to the oil, but look, I don't know if you guys can tell, like, it's just oil, it's just oozing out of it. I mean, obviously it's been deep fried. It's a deep fried piece of chicken, but very oily, soggy, missing the mark completely. As compared with the Popeyes, which, do I have some more napkins? Okay, I do. Did Popeyes even, okay, they both gave me napkins. They both hit the mark with the napkin provisions. But yeah, okay, so also size of the chicken breast. McDonald's was stingy. It was more uniform. granted, but when I'm eating a chicken sandwich, I'm not looking for uniformity. You know what I mean? If I was looking for uniformity, I would get a fillet of fish or something that is so clearly processed, or chicken nuggets where there's like one of like 4 that you can get. If I was looking for uniformity, McDonald's, I would get one of these items, but I'm looking for a piece of chicken. You know what I mean? And that was not hitting the mark. It was small. It was smaller, and again, they are undercutting Popeyes. It's $3.79 versus $3.99, but they're undercutting them by 20 cents. And for that 20 cents, I would much prefer to get the big hunk of chicken that Popeyes gave me. Yeah, so flavor, I couldn't really taste so much on the chicken. It was a little bit dry. It wasn't like super great. Soggy, oily. The sauce was too tangy. Tasted more like mayo and had some like, yeah, really like just mustard kind of tang to it. Not a huge fan about that. Bun was okay, actually. Bun was okay on that. But everything else, I'm disappointed, McDonald's. I really thought that my boy Ronald would pull up with a potentially superior item, or at least even a close call. You know, I mean, I wish at least this video had been like, oh, like, it was a close one, but, you know, Popeyes took the cake because of this. But no, McDonald's just, they fell short in just about every category. I mean, when you look at this bad boy, look at, I mean, just, this is crazy, guys. It's still crispy. Like, listen to this, listen to this. That is lasting crisp. That is indicative of a superior product to me. I mean, and just the flavor on it. I'm gonna give this bad boy another bite. I'm sorry, guys. I'm done with that McDonald's one. This one is where it's at. If you guys want a chicken sandwich, let me just allow me to enjoy myself here. No question, man. You know, and what maybe this one might lack in like heavy sauce application, which honestly, I prefer the light sauce application. But look at, I mean, it's just the chicken itself is so nice and salty and crispy, and look at that hunk, dude. I mean, you know, get out of here, dude. That is one nice hunk of chicken right there. Just naturally, you can see the grain, the fibers in the chicken. You know that's a real piece. You know what I mean? That's good. Of course, you guys already knew this, but Popeyes is a chicken company. McDonald's is a money corporation, bro. I'm not trying to get too philosophical, but I really think if they had spent more time on the actual product and their R&D, they might have had a better result there. Overall, okay, to conclude this, because obviously I've made my opinion very clear by now. Popeyes is the winner, by far. Reasons for this being, the sandwich itself was bigger. If you guys noticed that. It was a bigger in size, right? You are paying 20 cents extra, but that is, I mean, I would easily pay 20 cents more to get the Popeyes, the size. Just talking about size alone. Secondly, you want to eat it. It beat McDonald's it had the disadvantage in the texture. It still beat them in the crispiness, you know, aspect. It was nice and crispy. It was juicy. It felt like a real hunk of chicken that you were eating. And I'm not saying that that's fake chicken from McDonald's, but it just felt more uniform. It felt less genuine. It felt like I was eating, I mean, of course they're both processed products, but it felt more like a processed product. It just didn't hit the mark there for me. Also oily. It was oily. And like I said, McDonald's had the advantage here. I really gave them the benefit of the doubt. I gave the newcomer, the freshman on the scene, to the chicken sandwich scene. I gave them the best advantage that I could while still being fair, and they even with it, they couldn't hit the mark. So yeah, if we're talking about sauce too, by the way, just because I'm trying to like mentally like organize all the points. Sauce, the McDonald's sauce, the application was generous, which I thought I would enjoy, but it was a little bit too much, honestly. Spice level, they were both about the same. McDonald's was significantly more tangy though. It was less spice. When I say spicy, I don't mean like also like heat. I mean like it was more like, it tasted more like just mayo and stuff. Like, whereas the Popeyes felt like, you know, I could taste like a ton of the different spices used in it. Heat level, they were about the same. But yeah, it was too tangy, kind of mustardy mayo, just didn't hit the mark on a chicken sandwich for me. And value for money, I gotta say the value, even though it has a higher price point by 20 cents though, I mean, it's really apples to apples here. The value for money goes to Popeyes by far. You're getting a real nice chunk of chicken that you can be assured is gonna be crispy. Yeah, any case though, I really thought that was gonna be closer than it was. You know what I mean? My expectations for the heavyweight fast food champion were, I guess, a little bit too high. I mean, and granted, you know, we've all had bad experiences at McDonald's and maybe some good ones too. It's definitely hit or miss. And you know what? If I'm being fair, I will say that I've had hit or miss experiences at Popeyes. You know what I mean? Most of my experiences are hits for sure, but they have had misses. You know, I'll have something that I can just tell has been on the warmer for a little while. I'll get it. It's kind of soggy, which sucks. Nobody likes a soggy sandwich. It's also, by the way, right now it's 2:26 p.m. So it's probably about 2 p.m. I don't know how long I've been recording, but it's been about probably like 2 p.m. ish that I picked up the sandwich. So this is after lunch rush. It's currently a Friday, so after lunch rush. So both of them probably maybe had some leftovers. I'm not sure how they do it. Maybe if I had gone more around like 12 p.m., 1 p.m., I would have gotten fresher products. But then again, I didn't really want to sacrifice all that time I'd be waiting in the drive-through line. So, and forget about ordering online because they make that like way before you get there, and I don't trust that. So, any case though, yeah, to sum it up, Popeyes heavyweight champion in the chicken sandwich industry. Actually, I mean, I guess maybe I should have included Chick-fil-A. That would have been way too long of a video, way too many products to compare. In the fried chicken sandwich thing, I'm gonna say it goes to Popeyes over McDonald's. Honestly, superior product. I enjoyed eating it more. I'm definitely going to be sticking to Popeyes. The best way I can put it, yeah, Popeyes is a Popeyes chicken sandwich and McDonald's is a McDonald's chicken sandwich. Probably something that should have been more obvious, but maybe I was just a pawn to their marketing. You know, I was like, wow, crispy chicken, and it was not crispy and hardly chicken. Nah, I don't want to make that last claim. It probably was chicken, but like still, yeah, champion Popeyes by far. And yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna go eat the rest of this chicken sandwich and think about my day. I hope you guys have a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you did, leave it a like or don't. I don't give a shit. So anyways though, that's been this review. You guys enjoy. Adios.